Ah, recording. Appears to be recording anyway. So will be a response video to Hythloday. I'll also add at the end some video I did walking the other day. Mostly about maybe Anekantavad and writing archaic cliches on the wall. I'm calling that philosophy. It's all cliches. It's all bullshit. It's all evasions. So anyway, I'm going to call him an asshole because he just keeps being an asshole. He keeps trying to re-paraphrase what I keep saying pretty explicitly, and he doesn't respond to the actual statements being made. So the statement being made is that experiences happen in the universe. We have conscious experiences. They happen. They're events. And that those events have a qualitative aspect. And we learn that through subjective experience. It's not a subjective opinion. It's not an opinion. It's a fact that we learn through subjective experience. We as individuals experience consciousness. We experience its qualitative nature, which is undeniable. If you're denying the qualitative nature, if you're denying it doesn't make a difference whether you're sitting in a concentration camp or eating a cupcake, you're fucking insane. Alright, and if you're selling that as a philosophy, I think you ought to be humanely put out of your misery. You ought to be shot like a rabid dog because what's wrong with your brain is so fucking tragic and disgusting. It's an insult to brains. You shouldn't be walking around if you can't tell the difference between a Holocaust, a Jew in a concentration camp, for example, and a Jew eating a cupcake. If you can't tell the difference between those two fucking things, you shouldn't be breathing oxygen, and that's a fact too. Okay, that's an observable fact. It's not an opinion. It's a fucking fact, idiot. And that's what you are, an idiot. Trying to rationalize your way out of reality because you don't like it. And that's all you're doing with this bullshit. And it's this fucking bullshit. So fact number one, experiences happen. They're a fact of reality. We are conscious. And consciousness has qualitative elements. And in terms of the quality of the experiences, fact number two, you haven't denied either one of those facts. Those facts are the operating system. They're a foundation of all ethics and values and anything you're going to build on top of it. And there is things you can build on top of it, but it's building on top. It's building on top of the fact that sentience is the source of the value. Retard. It's a fundamental part. It's there, and you don't undo it with some other crap. The fact that you have to deal with the fact that there are qualitative experiences taking place, and that they have to be justified, the negative ones, by some positive gain, is just a fact. It's not a subjective opinion. It's an observed fact. Okay. So we're part way through, and he's going to get into this paraphrase crap. You can just see it coming, where he's going to say something stupid like, well, I guess inmendham's conceded he can't make the argument. No, he hasn't conceded any such fucking thing. Experiences happen in the universe. Not two subjects, they happen in the fucking universe. When something's sentient and it's in the universe, it's having an experience in the universe. It's happening in the universe. It's not in some locality, and therefore the locality doesn't exist in the universe. Planet Earth is part of the universe. Okay, it isn't a separate universe. It's in this universe. It's in this reality. Undeniable. Rationally.
Opted out of that obligation.
There we go. So opted out. I didn't opt out of anything, you fucking little putz. You are a putz.
With certain sentiments saying that you couldn't explain feelings to be...
Look, I can't give you a fucking feeling. I mean, this is not very difficult. I said I can't explain feelings to something that doesn't feel. Something that's never had sentience. You can't just sit there and put a bunch of words together and say, there's a feeling. No, you have to fucking taste it. You have to actually have the experience of consciousness. You cannot write consciousness on a piece of paper and hand it to somebody and say, there, now you have consciousness. Doesn't work that way, stupid fuck. But I'm not having a conversation with something that's not sentient, you fucking weasel. Okay, you are sentient, so this is just a contrived evasion to pretend that I'm an intelligence that can't, I don't know what a feeling is, and I don't know what quality is, and I don't know what feeling good or feeling bad is. Yeah, fuck you, liar.
Who haven't failed, that you don't feel, or that kind of thing, that kind of argument. I thought that was an evasion and not really to the point.
Yeah, an evasion. So somehow it's an evasion to concede I can't put it into words. You either get it or you don't get it. You either understand the difference between a Holocaust and eating at a fucking birthday party, or you don't. And if you don't, I say you're too fucking stupid. I say civilization as a whole should say anybody who will not say they can tell the fucking goddamn difference should be, the hammer should fall on them. Their brain is shit. We might as well turn it into mush. We might as well grind it back up because it's not a fucking brain. It's an insult to fucking brains.
And since we're all humans, and seemingly having the qualities, I'm looking for a truth statement.
Yeah, the true statement is, okay, experiences, consciousness happens in the universe. It's an event that happens, and that the event has a qualitative, fundamental qualitative aspect. No denying it. It has a qualitative aspect. You can tell the difference between the good feelings and the bad feelings.
He seems to have come up with is just claiming outright the right to make a definition that we all have to adhere to and see the worthiness in.
Yeah, that's right. I think anybody who's going to have anything called communication with anything rational on planet Earth that has a mammalian brain structure and has experienced the pain of psoriasis or whatever, the pain of anal warts or the pain of this or the pain of that, any kind of goddamn pain, all right, and has some idea of what the conscious experience can turn into, that's right, they should just say, fuck you. This evasion of our reality is disgusting. Okay, this idea that I will escape responsibility and obligation by pretending I don't have to account for something else's suffering. It's disgusting. You're a weasel of low and pitiful character.
It's a little vague, perhaps not as strongly worded as I might word it, but for me, the tone of the video and the entire context of the video, which was entitled, let's see, Value Events, I think, maybe.
Yeah, he played a couple of clips out of it, right? 20 seconds worth of the video. He just spent more time referencing the video than playing the video. But the fundamental point is, right, consciousness is an experience that happens in the universe. Conscious experiences have a qualitative flavor built into them. It's an observed fact. I've observed the fucking fact. It's not a subjective opinion. I'm telling you it's as factual as the goddamn, the moon. It's as factual as any other fucking perceptual thing I could perceive as an existing entity. It's as real as anything. As real as this. As real as my voice. As real as any fucking thing is the reality that my consciousness has qualitative experience.
Was I read and conclude this from? And well, for many weeks now, Inmendham's been saying we're finished. Why are we talking? Why are we talking? Well, yeah, there is nothing to talk about. If you think you can have feelings and intuitions about what
No, there aren't feelings and intuitions. I'm saying I have experience, okay? You can't tell me I don't have experience and that I can't draw conclusions based on experience. It's just idiotic. It isn't just an opinion, okay? Experience is an event. It educates you, you stupid shit. Are you denying that you're educated by experience? Go ahead, deny that you're educated by experience. Go ahead and tell me that experience has no educational value. Go ahead and say those. Say those words, you stupid fuck. Clearly, having a consciousness educates you on what consciousness is. Are you going to deny that fact? Having consciousness educates you on what consciousness is. It doesn't mean that all your opinions are now subjective, you stupid fucking cunt. But again, this is all designed just as an evasion. An evasion. You're just evading reality because you don't fucking like it. So you want to leave hope for a fucking some other fable, okay, that'll come up with some kind of rationalization. It'll say it's okay to torture things for your bubble gum. Well, it isn't.
About existence and offer them to me as true facts and make definitions that I have to adhere to.
Yeah, right. Definitions like experiences happen in the universe and experiences, conscious experiences, have quality of flavor. Those are the two fucking things I'm saying you have to believe or you're a fucking insane lunatic. That's right. You're an insane fucking lunatic if you're going to attempt to deny one of those two facts. Fuckhead.
Based upon your feelings.
No, based on my experience, based on my knowledge, based on my edification through goddamn exposure. I went into the well, I felt the water in the well, I came out of the well and I said there's water in the bottom of the fucking well. Not complicated, cunt. It's not a subjective opinion, it's a goddamn fucking tested fact.
Not the way I work, and that's not the way logic works.
Yeah, fuck you. You're not the fucking goddamn poster child for goddamn logic. You're the poster child for goddamn what? I'll just presume you're a fucking goddamn pedophile. You molest everything. If you will molest logic this disgustingly, claiming, I love children. Yeah, you love logic, right? Bull fucking shit. You can't love logic if you are this destructive to the most fundamental observed facts in this goddamn world. You cannot love logic if you will evade having any factual foundation to perform fucking goddamn logic. You cannot love logic if you will destroy the meaning of all vocabulary altogether. The word Holocaust now means nothing. The word good and bad means nothing. No fucking qualitative word means nothing because you will say it's all just subjective opinion. It's not fucking edification through experience. Fuck you, cunt. You are not a defender of logic. You are a defender of evasion. You're a weasel, a disgusting, putrid weasel of poor character.
And it's not the way of critical thinking.
Oh, fuck you. Critical thinking. This is like this open-minded bullshit where you pull your whole fucking brain out. Your fucking mind is so open. The fact that you are sitting here talking about this is some sort of clinical, critical thinking where you pretend the world isn't round. You pretend we haven't observed nebula and galaxies in the universe, pretend that we don't have a fucking periodic table, pretend we don't know what evolutionary psychology is, pretend that we haven't done any study whatsoever and that everything is just some fucking goddamn argument about Coke versus Pepsi. Fuck you!
It works. We're looking for better justification than that.
Yeah, but better justification than what? Actually being conscious. Oh yeah, you don't know what consciousness is. You were just conscious. Being conscious doesn't inform you on what consciousness is. Fuck you.
There are other things, but I just can't see the point now. There are lots of other comments.
Yeah, brave. That was really brave. What a weasel. Yeah, we'll do more videos like your last few on whatever, your truther crap or your conspiracy theory shit. Yeah, go ahead, bore people to fucking goddamn tears and become the obscure, meaningless pile of shit that you should be, because this is inane rubbish. Alright? For you to be incapable of conceding two simple facts, that experiences happen in the universes, that conscious experiences have a qualitative, fundamental flavor, is just goddamn ludicrous. You're ludicrous, you fucking kook. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you and selling this evasion. Evasion, evasion, evasion. It's disgusting. Disgusting. Why don't you completely shove your head up Anekantavad's ass, you fucking creep. Ugh. You're gross. Why don't you fucking do a yin-yang? He can shove his head up your ass, and you can shove your head up his ass, and you can become the perfect yin fucking goddamn yang. And then sell that video. Put that video on YouTube. Okay? It'll beat the fuck out of 2 Girls, 7 Cups, or any of that shit. It'll be fucking magnificent, and it'll be a perfect demonstration of exactly what you fucking are. Full of fucking shit. Oh, please, I'm recording. Hey, and my card was reading locked. It wasn't locked. So I was ready for a video, and now I'm not ready. Yeah. So, yeah. Crap happens, as they say. So anyway, I'm trying to avoid stepping on leaves. Alright, I'll just pause. Whoa, I almost fell down. So anyway, Anekantavad still rambling on about how we can't escape our irrationality. And he's really saying it that way, like it's impossible or somehow it's, you know. And then he uses all these cliches, all these pedestrian cliches. He even has the cliche of having the cliche on his wall. You know, how pedestrian is that? I mean, shit. They almost use it in like every movie in the history of mankind. I mean, it's as commonly human as you can get. It's as stupid as a cat. Well, no, won't say it. I mean, really, you have to remind yourself. Be thyself, know thyself, find thyself, touch thyself. Do you have to tell yourself to touch yourself? I mean, it's just such a crap. I mean, what does know thyself even mean? How can you avoid knowing yourself? The real problem is knowing the rest of the people in the world. Knowing how to play nice, play right. That's the tricky part. What's the right thing to do? Kill them now or kill them later? You know, this is the complexity. Is playing the game, not knowing who you are, what you want. That part's pretty frickin' simple. I mean, if you have to tell people, you know, smell thy feet, or, you know, I mean, it's just, well, you have to tell them to do the obvious. I mean, do things you can't avoid doing, which is being yourself. The very point is to improve thyself. So why don't you write that on a wall? Improve thyself. You know, with each day, make a slight but real improvement. I think that means a lot more as a philosophy than know thyself. Which doesn't mean shit. So anyway, but all this rolled up into this, you know, let's go back a couple of thousand years and pretend we don't know what life is. Pretend we, you know, haven't answered the questions, and that the, you know, real game is just a psychology game. How much are your desires worth versus my desires? And who gets to win? Who gets to impose best? I don't know, last and first, or first and last. Because it seems that's the only options available. You know, or is the totalitarianism, you know, of interactions that you just can't, that are fundamentally imposing. I mean, if you're pro-life, you're imposing. If you're anti-birth, you're imposing. There's just no way to avoid dealing with the fact of that. The you know, inquisitional, impositional nature of our existence, and you can't just run from it with this like Snake Plissken did some stupid video, Rizzle Dizzle, just going through his psychology of how he likes to harass women or something, and calls it education. But whatever. Under the guise of some sort of anti-ideology platform. Exactly. What's the point in having a brain if it isn't going to draw conclusions about function? I mean, to evade ideology or some theory of existence is to avoid existing. So again, these people think they're doing this profound philosophical thing, and they're doing it anti-philosophy. They're destroying the very function of philosophy, being profound or being interesting, by saying it's not a brain function. It's not something you're supposed to do with your brain, in an atmosphere of facts and evidence. There's nothing else. You make arguments in defense of. And Anekantavad doesn't do any of that, in the sense that he doesn't deal with any of the counter-arguments. He just keeps pretending confusion exists, keeps pretending there's an international crisis if you have a guilt thought, or, if you ponder, life is something other than a selfish mission. I mean, fundamentally and entirely selfish mission, which is just so pedestrian. Yeah. I'll keep using that word just because he used it against me. It just seems so ironic, so I really should throw it back over and over and over again. His vogue philosophy. It's just vogue. Style over substance, big time. It's like the fail videos where they get up like, oh no, I'm not hurt. And 5 minutes later they're unconscious and being rushed to the hospital. It's just show living. Macho crap. Yeah, all over the place. So anyway. Well, I'll have to do for now. I should be back. And such. No point in explaining subtle background information that you don't really care about. But I could. But I won't bother. Okay. Till next time. Just about this one. Nothing. Yes, it would be totally mundane. So yeah, we'll avoid that. I'll try not to do that anymore. Well, sort of. It sort of makes me human that I have this mundane life, that I have this, this reality. Yeah. Okay, anyway, till next time. I'm back. Sorry. Noisy again, right? Yeah. I have to do something about that. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna rain tomorrow. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. No point in that. 20 seconds for nothing. Science starting over. So, yeah, I just, fell down running, just over a rock again. He was out to get me. So, like this know thyself thing and all these other stupid perverse union things or whatever, all this obsession with they're just simple notions of what life is. Life is not, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. No, it's not the truth. Knowing yourself, whatever that means, know thyself, what does that mean? You could see some value in this. The part you were knowing was the part that sucked, and you wanted to do something to improve it. But beyond that, What is there about yourself worth knowing? Yeah. Huh. Yeah, nothing. So, call this stuff philosophy, these cliches, these archaic, trivial descriptions. What's that what's that other line? I think, therefore I am. You can be amming without thinking, that's for sure. Yeah, I suppose the fact that we are thinking is meaningful, but isn't the more meaningful part of our lives the feeling part? And certainly if you're being tortured, you're going to be more concerned with what you're feeling than what you're thinking. So this doesn't go anywhere. There's just no value. It's all escaping the reality, which is, we just got to rewrite some. If people have to live on cliches, then we need some evolution cliches. Some recognition of origin. Ironically, the Christians used the fish thing, because of the fish and bread or something. But yeah, the fish is our ancestor. The fish is our origin. And, that puts a lot in context right there. You can kind of appreciate, knowing yourself, when you see your inner fish. Yeah, that's it. So, see your inner fish. That can be a new cliche. Something like that. Yeah, and you'll say, your brain will say, ooh, I'm a fish, and then it'll want to do something about that. So I hope I can do better than a fish. I aspire to it, reasonably. So, seems kind of silly to know thyself as a fish, and just to say, fine, I'm a fish. Yeah, I don't know why we know all these fancy tricks if all we're going to do is swim up a stream and spawn and die. If we're just going to, follow the path already well worn. Yeah, another pedestrian move by Anekantavad. How many midlife crisis males, have popped out the infant, got themselves a young wife and a baby, just to pretend, they're not creepy old men. Know your inner self, creep. Yeah, but that's it. He'll say I'm a creep and do nothing about it. React with no, oh, that's not a bad thing. Yeah, being a creep is cool. He'll just turn it into something to go voguing. Vogue, I'm a creep. Vogue. He'll just vogue his creepiness, which he pretty much does in all his videos. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, not much of a video, sorry. Like I say, I'm running a little... Ow. Shit, I'm underperforming. Die is what I'm going to do. Misstepping. It's hard, leaves cover obstacles. And brain doesn't process them then. And you end up doing damage. But you really like the fall, jogging. Just totally crashed. No permanent damage, I don't think. So, got lucky once again. Ferns. Might be the last of the ferns, though. They're looking pretty peaked. Gotta bring in whatever I'm bringing in pretty soon. Gonna get an actual freeze in a couple of days. Yes. Meow. 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 There's the girl cat. What'd you do to her? I haven't seen her today. The cat's hiding under there, I think. Anyway, see you later. Oh. Key. Okay, till next time.